Hey folks, this is Vince with Dad's Gaming Addiction, and today we're going to quickly check out Creeping Dusk, a game that you can find on Steam for about $7. So, this is a roguelite, a fairly simple one, and I stress roguelite. There is permanent progression. You go on a run, and if you've earned upgrade points in that run, you can come back to the main menu, go to the upgrade section, and throw a point or two there. And the upgrade tree doesn't seem to be all that large. So, you can get through this game, but it's going to take you a while because the grind is real, let me tell you. So, you can choose between 4 locations and 4 roles. However, it seems like a lot of them are locked right from the gate, so you're going to be unlocking these things as you go. So, there's a day and night cycle with this game. During the day, you're going to spend gold that you have. And this gold can be put toward putting towers down. You could be constructing a building like a house. And your blueprints are fairly limited in the beginning. You, during your run, will be earning new blueprints. For example, new walls, so that you can further put buildings down in your little town. You can get new blueprints for your towers, so you can upgrade them from the standard watchtower to like a sniper tower or a multi-attack tower, that kind of thing. And once you run out of gold or don't want to spend anything else, the night comes and then you watch. You just hope that you kill them all before they destroy your city. If even one gets inside, you lose. Luckily, one of the blueprints is a door that you can put down, and that will buy you some time while your towers do their thing. And when you survive the night, the next morning you get to choose one card as a reward. One of the cards allows you to explore the fog, which sometimes will give you a point of interest if you're lucky. And these points of interest may be helpful to you, they may not. It all depends on what you come across. And like one I came across, you needed 64 skulls, I think it was. I didn't even have the skull resource yet, so it was completely useless to me. So like in the very beginning, in your first set of runs, it's going to be very simplistic and basic. There's not a whole lot to it, and you're going to find a lot of repetition here. For my first run, for example, I made it to wave 3. I barely got 2 towers down. And then the next run, because I got an upgrade point, I put it into initial gold. I managed to get to like wave 4 or 5, something like that. So like slowly you're going to get further and further and further, and then you can finally get more towers down. There is a gold management aspect to this. There's something called population, and population will man towers, but they also work the mines in the town. And the more people, the more population you have in town working the mine, the more gold you get that night during the tower defense part of it. So the next day you'll wake up with more gold, extra gold that you can spend. So it's important to balance your population between defense and the mine. But, the more towers you build, the less you'll have to work with anyway. And getting more population involves you building houses or upgrading houses. And to get more houses, you have to get more land. So like there's only so much that the game lets you do in the early onset. It's like, and that's what kind of concerns me. Like, it's not a bad game, don't get me wrong, but I found the repetition to be it was just boring after a while. Like, I found myself doing the same meta. Like, I figured out what worked, finally, like, what worked the best, okay? And I did that. Like, do I do population first? Is it 1 tower do I need for this wave, or 2? What can I get away with? Because I need more people in the mine. The more people I got in the mine, I can bring that gold over to the next wave. That kind of thing. So when you meta it, you just keep repeating the process over and over and over again until you finally get farther and further. So you're constantly updating this meta that you're building. And there's very little variety in between. I was doing the same exact thing with every run once I figured out the best way to go about doing that run, the way it was. So I'm hoping, maybe the game shakes it up later, but like I'm to the point I got like half an hour, 45 minutes in. I'm like, okay, this is getting repetitive. I'm just going to quit. I'll come back to it later. So it's not bad for $7. It's not bad. maybe play this game while you're watching a movie. This is kind of like a mind. Once you figure out the meta, like I said, you're just waiting for crap to happen, and you know what to do. And maybe if you're lucky, find a point of interest, but most of the time you won't be able to use them anyway. So yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad, but it's also not my favorite tower defense game. There are other ones out there that I think do the game or the genre better. But if this interests you, then by all means check it out. It's not early access, so it is released, and you'll be getting a finished product. This is Vince. Thanks for watching. I'll catch y'all next time. Take care.